Hi, this is Ron Janish, and this is a picture of me way back when I hung out with this gentleman here from time to time, and we covered the various techniques used in the Andrews course, and he gave me permission to teach the Andrews course. And here, anyway, there's products available, and you can simply go to andrewscourse.com and get some more information about that. But without any further ado, right now in this video, we're going to talk about Andrews reversal method. And in order to really get this and know that this existed, you would really have to have a copy of the original works of Andrews, all 7, 8, 900 pages, and really go through that, especially his writings from his early 80s and stuff. But I'm going to give you a really good chunk of it here to give you some insights as to how it works. Okay. What Andrews would do was Andrews would find trades in the market and he would effectively rate them. And so this high up here was rated a 7. This low here at this point here was rated a 4. And then over here this got a rating of 7. Things like that. And if you look back on the website, we posted, and it's still there from the original post from May 1st, we posted, yeah, that this was an important top in the Dow on this day here. Okay, and the reason we were able to take it and say, hey, this was an important top in the Dow and all that good stuff, is because this one had a very, very high rating. Okay, and then prices came down, and then finally when they came down here, we said, hey, wow, important reversal day here. And this was June 4th. And why? Because it had a high rating. Not a massively high rating, but a reasonably good rating. Okay. And so Andrews would have this reversal rating system, and let me give you an idea about how it works. Last week we were in these two here and probably stayed too long in this one here and this one here, because today we'll wind up taking a tiny loss on this guy here. And so when prices were up here, we wound up going short, took a nice ride to the downside. And if you were in a precision trader group at the time, in that email group, you wound up getting the updates on a daily basis as to what some of our positions were, and it included this one here that we took a small loss on today. Took a tiny loss, and we also took a tiny loss on this one here, mainly because we weren't really looking at the rating system. And the rating system would tell us, hey, you know, after this guy goes down a ways, don't have a lot of high expectations. This one was only rated a 2. Okay, went up here, boom, out of here. Take a small loss if you stay in too long. That's the way it goes. Now, whereas on this one here, if you followed us, you'd know that we went short up here and took this ride down nicely for a massive profit, which more than made up for the tiny loss in those other ones. So, but this one here was rated a 7. Now, Andrews was known for doing things that were in line with Newton's laws of motion and having them be really, really simple and easy to use. And they're really geometrically based. So, for example, we know Newton's third law of motion, which is the action-reaction principle. But one of his other laws of motion simply said prices will go in a direction, or things will go in a direction until a force comes the opposite way that is much stronger and knocks it the other way. Oh, well, that makes sense. Now, once this one here got to the 7, boom. So what does an R7 consist of? Well, an R7 consists of some very simple things that you can find in our advanced course. For example, one of the things you'd find in the second to last chapter, and we talk about a kicker. And it's actually that chapter is called something like how to recognize the beginning of a strong trend. Okay, and then there's the very last chapter, which has another indicator in it called the golden pivot rule. Okay, and that's going to result as an important part of this indicator. We will have a video for anybody who takes our course or buys any product from us in the month of August, September, and the remainder of the year, going over this in some really cool detail. So, in other words, up here you have an R7. When you have an R7, it has a rating of 7. Not only do you have the signal, but you've got one that's where there's an expectation of a reasonably good move. Let's take another good R7. Here was an R7. Now, did I just pick up this chart and put that R7 on there? Or was there some other basis? Well, if you look at my website on forecasts and you go back to Dow top, and we predicted an important top in the Dow on this day here. This was May 1st. Okay, and prices came down. Said, hey, watch out. The S&P. Reversal time. Okay. Now, what we're doing in order to find the strength of the reversals, so we know how much to put on and even how long to stay in, is we're looking at Andrews' reversal system, his rating system. It is so incredibly easy and straightforward, and anyone can do it. Just pick up the manual. You'll see a few parts of it in there. The other parts are in the video, and we go over the whole thing in the video itself that you'll be able to have starting next week. I'll put it together next week. Okay? So this is the Andrews reversal methodology. This is how he knew that at certain points, when prices come down to his lines, he didn't necessarily buy or sell just because they came to a line. He would do his reversal rating, and as a result of his reversal rating, he would take action or not. So make good use of it. Come over to andrewscourse.com, click on products, come over here and click on there, or if you get any one of our other products, just let me know, send me an email, click on there, and what will happen, and you let me know that you'd like that, and we'll send out that video to you for you to see, and we'll go from there. Okay? So hope this helps you in understanding why Andrews would reverse at some lines, but yet not at others. Also, how he was able to incredibly predict when a reversal would come and it would be weak versus strong. Because if you look through his original material back in the 70s, when he would do his 5,000 into 50,000 thing, he would talk about that. He said, well, I'm not going to take a short position here in this. It's probably going to go a lot more, and the reversal is going to be just a little one. So anyway, I thank you for your time, and see you in the course. And remember that when you're in the Andrews course, you not only get the written material and the access to the videos, but you also get to be part of a private email discussion group that isn't available to the public. So, thank you for your time, and see you next time.